Hi, and welcome to Pinky Boo Hauntings. I'm your witchy host, Shy, and I'll be your guide to all things paranormal, weird, and spooky. Growing up, I was always interested in the paranormal, the magical, and the weird, even if I was a little scared of it as a child. I have had my fair share of paranormal experiences, but when you grow up in North Carolina, that's not a hard feat. I remember every time around Halloween, the teachers would pull out books all about the ghost of North Carolina and read us some of the tales. And there are even more people that probably don't even know about it. I decided one day to research hauntings in my hometown. I'm not gonna lie, I started this rabbit hole because I wanted to see if I could find any stories of a house I lived in while in that city. I wanted to see if there was a chance someone else experienced the same things I did there. I knew it was a long shot, but I was just curious. Anyways, in that useless pursuit, I found out there were so many other stories in that same area. It was crazy seeing and being validated by all these stories. Because that city isn't very big. I have been in those places and felt things there. I've always been able to sense and see things, but I didn't fully understand that at the time. So I usually ignored those kinds of feelings. Besides, it's not like a lot of people talked about those hauntings out loud. So, for all I knew, it was just me being scared of nothing. But that long-winded intro was all to say that I'm fascinated with the paranormal and I want to talk about it openly with others that feel the same. Not everyone has a safe place to talk about their paranormal experiences or feel like they're believed by those around them. So I want this to be a safe place for us all to tell our stories and find other believers. Speaking of my intentions with this place, I will be telling my own stories, as well as researching other happenings all around the world, starting with some from my home state since it's so haunted. But my main hope for Pinky Boo Hauntings is to be able to tell others' stories. I want us to feel connected in our stories of the weird and unusual. What we've experienced can make us feel alone, since most people are too scared to admit they believe, or they've shut that world out. But here, you won't be alone. Your paranormal stories are valid and should be told. So let's tell them. Oh, before I go, I know I told you all a little about my past in the beginning, but I figured it might be nice to get to know your host before we really get on this journey. As I said before, I have a lot of ghost stories to tell, and I've always been somewhat interested in the paranormal, especially ghosts and hauntings. I love watching ghost shows and other paranormal shows as well. Even though it scared me to death as a kid, I was always attracted to those kinds of things. I was a creepy kid that loved creepy things. But what truly made me believe and come to terms with some things about myself was growing up in a haunted house. I have memories spanning back to when I was very young of weird things going on in the house. But the thing that made it all real for me was the day I got attacked. But I'll leave that story for another day. I know, I'm a tease, but I couldn't give you the good stuff in the intro. That needs its own episode. But yeah, that was when it started to all fall into place. The ghosts I saw in some historical places I visited with my school and my family. The weird things I saw and felt. All of it finally became real when I couldn't ignore the thing in the hall. From there, I started understanding and learning about the paranormal more and more. I've also been going on a spiritual journey as well, coming to terms with my abilities that I've had my whole life but was kind of scared of when I was younger. Again, I was a creepy kid, but I was also a scaredy cat. Now that I'm embracing my abilities, I'm trying to strengthen them as well. I'm also learning, more like trying my best to learn tarot. Because every witch has to at least try tarot, right? I think I'm slowly connecting with the cards and understanding them, but if you have any tips or tricks to help me out, let a witch know. But for now, the coven is adjourned. Oh, and don't forget to send me your stories. There will be an email in the show notes below. So let me hear your stories. See you next time. Bye.